Hello everyone. In today's video, let us learn how to wire a solar controller to a battery storage station. For ease of understanding, we have split the exercise into two parts. Part 1 will contain identify the terminals of charge controller and connecting battery to it, and the rest in part 2.
At the end of this video, you will be able to prepare wires for connection, wire the terminals of charge controller and batteries properly. Let us collect the tools, equipments and materials required to do this practical. Trainee's toolkit, solar panel 12 volt 100 watt, solar charge controller with user manual, connecting wires with lug, battery 12 volt 10 ampere hour capacity. Let us discuss the importance of charge controller in solar panel installation. A charge controller plays a crucial role in a solar panel installation by regulating the flow of electricity between the solar panels, the battery bank if present, and the load, devices or appliances being powered. In systems with battery storage, the charge controller prevents overcharging and deep discharging of batteries, which can degrade battery performance, reduce lifespan, and pose safety risks. By monitoring the battery voltage and regulating the charging process, the charge controller ensures that batteries are charged optimally and kept within safe voltage levels. During periods of low or no sunlight, solar panels can act as loads instead of source of power, causing reverse current flow from the batteries to the solar panels. Charge controllers prevent this by blocking reverse current flow, protecting both the batteries and the solar panels from damage. Identifying the terminals in the charge controller. Pick the solar charge controller available in the lab. Identify the solar panel terminals, battery terminals, and load terminals in the charge controller. Solar panel terminals. These terminals are where you connect the wires coming from your solar panels. They are often labeled as solar, PV, or solar input. There are usually two terminals for connecting the positive and negative wires from the solar panels. Battery terminals. These terminals are where you connect the wires leading to your battery bank. They are usually labeled as battery or BAT and often have two terminals for connecting the positive and negative battery cables. Load terminals. Some charge controllers have terminals for connecting loads such as lights, appliances, or other electrical devices. These terminals are typically labeled as load or load output. Connecting battery to the charge controller. Always connect the battery to the charge controller first. Connecting the battery first reduces the risk of electrical hazards during installation. Batteries store large amounts of energy and can deliver high currents, so connecting them first minimizes the chances of accidental short circuits or electrical shocks while wiring the rest of the system. Cut two lengths of battery cables, one for the positive terminal and one for the negative terminal of the battery. Strip the insulation from the ends of the cables to expose the bare wire. Slide the lug onto the stripped end of the battery cable. Ensure that the lug's barrel fits snugly over the exposed wire without any gaps or loose strands. Use a crimping tool, crimp the lug onto the stripped end of the battery cable. Once all the lugs are fixed to the battery cables, connect the cables to the appropriate terminals on the batteries. Tighten the terminal nuts or bolts securely to establish a reliable electrical connection. Polarities are more important in batteries because they determine the direction of electrical current flow within a circuit. Improper polarity connections can lead to short circuits, overheating, or even explosions in certain types of batteries. Maintaining correct polarity is essential for the safe and effective operation of electrical circuits and devices. Connect the positive terminal of the battery to the positive terminals of the battery terminal in the charge controller through a DC breaker or DC fuse in series. Connect the negative terminal of the battery to the negative terminals of the battery terminal in the charge controller and tighten the screws. Verify the polarity of the battery terminals and ensure that the positive and negative terminals are correctly identified and connected to the charge controller.
In this video, we have discussed how to identify the terminals in the charge controller, connecting battery to the charge controller. This concludes part 1. Thank you.